Xbox Game Pass.
It's a final. The Los Angeles Rams did what they were supposed to do or had to do. They came in 7-5. Seattle was on a roll, but the Rams thoroughly beat them up. 28-12 the final.
I was going to say, without even looking, I believe it's 28-12 is the final. Kenny was a junior in high school when the Seahawks opened for business. The Rams played in the Coliseum for the first time, so it's like nothing in your life has changed all these years later.
I'm okay.
Russell Wilson, ready to go. They won the first game against Los Angeles, 30-29. Jared Goff, he's getting loose. First quarter, 3rd and 9. Goff, Tyler Higbee. That's a dime right there. He's down at the 1, kind of stop, drop, rolled Malcolm Brown. Then that's just punishing right there. Take that abuse. Rams up 7-3. Second quarter, Rams 2nd and goal. Go ahead and add a little more. Goff, play action. Robert Wood, that's candy right there. 14-3 in favor of the home team. Other way, Seahawks going for it on 4th and 1. Wilson off the play action. Looking for Malik Turner. That's a drop. Good coverage. Jalen Ramsey's in there. He may talk about that a little bit. Pete Carroll, what are you going to do? Second quarter, Goff, Cooper Kupp over the middle. 2nd and 14. They get 21. Now 3rd and 4. Big down on the 10. Kupp wide open, and the route is on. It's 21-3, and Seattle did not look like they were involved in this game at all. Here in the third, Goff. This time, the receiver will stop running the route, and the defensive back won't. Quandre Diggs takes it, and he is untouched. That is a pick six, easy-like, almost like he threw it right to him. So it's 21-9. PAT missed wide. Later in the third, there's Aaron Donald. That guy's a menace. Takes down number 3. Seahawks going to have to punt there. Fourth quarter, Rams trying to put this thing away. It's 21-9. Todd Gurley, a little more use from his head coach, Sean McVay, recently. Takes that one in, 28-12, and the Seahawks couldn't really mount anything to come back after that. And the Rams get to 8-5, still on the outside there. No wild card picture, but pick up a big win, because if you lose that one, go to 7-6, they're cooked. Goff didn't throw for a bunch of yards Sunday, not as many as he did in Week 5 against the Hawks, but he was certainly more efficient. 71% of his passes were complete, averaged 9.5 yards per attempt. Had a second pick, but that one was like pass as good as a pick. Pinned him down there inside the 5. He's off target on just 10% of his attempts, his best rate in any game this season. We look at the playoff picture right now, and 49ers, who were in the 5 spot, jump up to number 1. The Packers, a little better conference record at 2 over the Saints. The Cowboys 6-7, still right there. Looking like they're going to host a home playoff game over the Seahawks or the Vikings, and they're the Rams lurking. Kenny Mayne.
Here's Ryan on board for some analysis. I ran into you in the hall and said my home team not doing it. You said they always find ways to win. This one, they did not.
It was a little bit different today.
They did not score an offensive touchdown for the first time in forever and a day. And the Rams reverted back to the offense that
absolutely
gave them such fame last season. Goff was good. Gurley was good. How did they do it?
Well, they started out early, and it was really Robert Woods early on in the game, and then a huge play by Jared Goff in the first part of the second half to get them off the goal line that led to another touchdown. When you see what Sean McVay was able to do, he started to use crossers that would confuse and kind of mix up the Seattle Seahawks in their zone and also their man coverages. Here in the end zone, they have a stretch run away. They get Todd Gurley to the flat. Robert Woods is able to get open. And here was the play of the second half. They were backed up. It was a huge play for them. They got out of their red zone or out of their own end zone and were able to push the ball down the field and get a touchdown. And that was the final touchdown to make it 28 and put them up big on this team and kind of salt the game away. If you're the Rams, you're trying to find ways to get Jared Goff involved. He had a great game against the Arizona Cardinals, and you kind of thought to yourself, well, that's the Cardinals. That defense isn't very good. He comes out, does the same thing against the Seattle Seahawks, and people have to remember, when these two teams played in Seattle, it came down to a missed field goal by the Los Angeles Rams. These teams are closely matched. Russell Wilson couldn't find ways to get it done tonight.
Rams have had a lot of doubters this season just because they didn't look as dynamic as they did every week last season, lighten up the numbers. And maybe the answer is in the question, how important was this? They knew they had to get this to get momentum to get back in the playoffs.
Listen, this game was huge. The Seattle Seahawks found a way to beat the Minnesota Vikings last week, so it put the Los Angeles Rams back in the playoff hunt for the wild card, but they had to win this game. The NFC West is the best division in football. So when you have to play the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks, you have to make sure you can get these wins. And tonight, the Rams came through. They got a win. They're still one game behind the Minnesota Vikings. But for the Seattle Seahawks, you've now placed yourself at a deficit when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers and possibly having a chance to host playoff games this postseason.
You played, so you know the game ends, you get ready for the next game, and that's all there is to it. But how disappointing is this playing right back? Because with the result down in New Orleans, Seattle had a chance to take over number one in the whole conference.
I think if you're Seattle, Kenny, you've realized that you've been winning by the skin of your teeth. A lot of these games have been close, and they found ways to win it because of their quarterback, because of their great coach. You see what happens in New Orleans with the San Francisco 49ers, how Kyle Shanahan, that offense, Jimmy G, George Kittle find a way to win. So you know what you need to do when you walk into the stadium tonight. And they just didn't do it. They didn't look prepared. They weren't the team with the most energy. And that's not what we're used to seeing from the Seattle Seahawks. And so now, going down the stretch, they have some big games. They go on the road again, and they will see the San Francisco 49ers at home in Week 17. They need to win games. They need to be prepared because the San Francisco 49ers look like the real deal and the best team in the NFC right now.
All right, stand by. More from you right now. We go out to L.A. Josina with the winning quarterback, Jared Goff.
Yeah, we were rolling pretty good. We were running the ball well, moving off our spot well, and protecting well. And this team's a tough team to play, and we did a good job.
All right, can you also just kind of tell me what happened on the two picks by Quandre Diggs and what you learned from those?
Yeah, he's a good player. He made some good plays, and I just made a couple mistakes there. I can't do that, especially when we have the lead like that. Just take care of the football, and glad we got away with the W, though.
So what kind of statement do you feel like you guys have made in the NFC, just especially kind of reminding teams that you're still out there?
We're still in this thing. We're still in this thing. We got some fight to us, so see what happens.
And lastly, you want to say anything about your defense? They came up with 5 sacks, too, tonight.
They did their thing today. They did their thing. They'll keep that rolling. I'm proud of them. They're freaking balling.
All right, well, we appreciate your time, Jared.
Thank you, Justina.
All right, back to you guys.
Jared Goff, all sorts of statistics. Let's give you some of them. Heating up lately, completed 73% of his passes in his last 2 games. Is averaging close to 10 yards per attempt. His cut and his off rate, or let me start that again. He has cut his off rate target in half from the first 11 games. He's thrown more touchdowns than interceptions. A lot of gobbledygook for me, but anyway, the numbers have gone up. We need you soon because John's about to describe the best game of the day and maybe the best game of the season.
Game between important AFC teams. Got the 49ers going up against the San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy G, Drew Brees. Open it up. Jared Cook catches that one, hit hard. Kella Witherspoon at the end of the play. Cook's going to leave the game with a concussion. Second TD of the half gives the Saints a 13-7 lead. Failed 2-point, but again, they lose Witherspoon. That's unfortunate. Emmanuel Sanders doing all he can here. The 49ers trailing 27, big NFC matchup. Jim Garoppolo drops back deep. Emmanuel Sanders has got that one backing up and hauls it in. Good work there. Gets up, runs 75. Got it. This is in college. Once you get to the turf, they don't touch you. You can get up. 49ers cut the lead in 2014. It's 27-14. Garoppolo, Deebo Samuel, Sanders, touchdown in the end zone. Sanders to Raheem Mostert.
I was like, man, don't throw a duck in the game because that's going to be on ESPN, not top 10.
No, it was fine. It worked. You can be in the top 10. That's a minute to play in the half. Same score. Mostert, handoff, 10-yard touchdown, and he goes. First half featured 8 combined touchdowns, only 4 combined in. You got more touchdowns than incompletions, and it's double the number, 28-27, third quarter. Saints come out, scores 30-28, and then Alvin Kamara comes through. He puts it on the turf. That's bad to Forrest Buckner. Big man, he's got it, picked up, ready to go. 49ers have the ball, short field. Garoppolo, George Kittle swings out there. Then he turns for pay dirt. Got it. Pylon is 35-30. Controversy here into the third. Saints in punt formation. Taysom Hill's back there. He's not kicking. He's throwing. Fakes it. Throws down to Traquan Smith, who appears to be interfered with. But by rule, pass interference can't be called on a punt formation. Listen, he just thought he was mauling a gunner. That's what happened. Coach Payton on the officiating, maybe.
I don't want to answer one officiating question today, so I won't. Keep going. Sorry.
All right, no flags. Everybody seemed to think that was the correct call. 49ers get the ball. Garoppolo. Where is Kyle Juszczyk when you need him? Jimmy G throwing it. Flags come out here. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's going to get called for unnecessary roughness. See, he goes down there and gets around the head and shoulder area. That's the bad target area. Second penalty of the drive. Peyton clearly disagreed. Second and goal. Garoppolo buying of some time. Swings that one over there to Kendrick Bourne. 49ers capitalize. It's 42-33. Saints possession coming the other way. Michael Thomas. He might be the first guy to ever get 200 catches in a season. They just throw it to him, and he just catches it all the time. Gain of 49. And then Breeze. Thomas again. This one's going to get you 6 points. 42-40, 6 minutes to play. Saints within 2. They get it back after a Niners field goal. Drew Brees, 3rd and 5. Got that one. Smith going to break tackles. Hops in. 46-45. We're going to go for 2. Make it a 3-point game. Field goal can tie at that point. Can't lose the game. You get nothing there. So it's 46-45. We got 53 seconds left. A little time for Jimmy G to start building a legacy. Give me a moment that I can have on my highlight reel forever. And throw it to George Kittle if you want that. 39 yards on the run. They tried to tear his head off, so we're going to get a flag on that. Marcus Williams, that's the full big boy one there. So you get 39 plus the unnecessary roughness face guarding, 15 yards. Robbie Gould from 30 as time expires. And the 49ers didn't panic in the last minute, and they come back and win it with no time left, 48-46. Kenny Mayne, talk football to me.
All right, Ryan, the 49ers defense has been getting a lot of praise, and deservedly so.
Absolutely.
Maybe not so much this one, but they might have get a mulligan on film on Monday because, look who they were playing against. So this time the offense had to be key, and it was. How so?
Listen, Jimmy G throws for 4 touchdowns. He has a great day. But I want to talk about Kyle Shanahan and his creativity. And